All right, welcome students. We are on week 5 of the Daily Starter videos. We skipped last week to take a grammar test. I've graded about a fourth of your grammar tests, and you've done a very, very nice job on simple and compound sentences. You should give yourselves a big thumbs up. See my wonderful thumb? Yay, big thumbs up. Good job, everyone. All right, today we are going to build on what we know. We've already studied and discussed simple and compound sentences. Today we're going to introduce complex sentences. Research shows that one way we learn best is thinking of how two things are similar to or different from each other. So let's think about how compound sentences, something we know about, are similar to and different from complex sentences. One way they are similar is that all compound sentences and all complex sentences need to have a subject 1, a predicate 1. They need some sort of conjunction. They need a subject 2 and a predicate 2. There are a number of ways they're different, however. One way that they're different is that we use different sorts of conjunctions. So we use what are called subordinating conjunctions. Another way they are different is that we only sometimes need a comma. And one final difference, sometimes the subordinating conjunction starts the sentence, so the conjunction will not always be right in the middle of the sentence. I had to type that one because my beautiful handwriting would not have fit in the space that was left. So pause the video if you need to. Make sure you have these notes on the similarities and differences of compound sentences. So today, for this video, we are only covering complex sentences that do not use commas. We are not going to talk about the complex sentences that use commas because this video is going to be too short to do it in enough detail to make sure it's not confusing. We will talk about complex sentences that use commas either in class next week or during the next Daily Starter video. When we studied compound sentences, we used the acronym FANBOYS as a way to remember the conjunctions that we could use. For complex sentences, we use a different set of conjunctions. They're called subordinating conjunctions. I'm going to give you just a few to work with today. So if you need to pause the video to get all these conjunctions down, go ahead, but I'll read them for you. The words that we can use as subordinating conjunctions are because, before, since, which, although, if, until, when, after, as. Pause if you need to. So here is our formula for today. When we had compound sentences, we had a similar formula. It's slightly different for complex. Remember, there is no comma. So we will have our subject 1, we will have our predicate 1, we will then write our conjunction, maybe the word because, maybe the word after. We will then write our subject 2, and we will then write our predicate 2. That will give us a complex sentence. And let's practice a few together. I'm going to use this photo for sample sentence 1 on the second page of your handout. Remember our formula. I need subject 1, predicate 1, conjunction, subject 2, predicate 2. Let me give you subject 1 right now. Subject 1 is going to be Mr. Krasowski. And then I need a predicate to go with the subject, Mr. Krasowski. I'm going to think about my predicate. I think he is going to buy something. So here is my predicate. So here's my predicate, bought a pair of Converse. So Mr. Krasowski is our subject. simple subject. Bought is our simple predicate, and the rest of the words give us information about what was bought. In the formula, I need a subordinating conjunction now, so I'm going to add the word after as my subordinating conjunction. And remember, one difference between this type of complex sentence and compound sentences is that we do not need commas right now. Mr. Krasowski bought a pair of Converse after. According to my formula, I need subject to and predicate to. This is where a lot of students get mixed up. So please remember, we need to have a subject and we need to have a predicate. I'm going to use the pronoun he as the subject. And here's the rest of my sentence. I will use a predicate to finish it. The predicate I'll use is the word noticed. And the rest of the words give us more information about what he noticed, all of his students wearing them. So here's my full sentence, my full complex sentence. Mr. Krasowski bought a pair of Converse after he noticed all of his students wearing them. He just wants to be cool like you guys. Let's move on and do sample sentence number 2. Pause, though, if you need to write down the sentence. Here is another photo. We'll use this photo for the next complex sentence we write together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the subject 1, the predicate 1, the conjunction, the subject 2, and the predicate 2. And I'd like you to try to write the sentence on your own. So here we go. Think about these subjects, conjunctions, and predicates, and think about how you would form a good complex sentence. Subject 1, tables. Predicate 1, were. Conjunction, because. Subject 2, lunch. And predicate 2, ended. Pause the video and think about how you would write the sentence. And here is my sentence. The ASA picnic tables were empty because lunch ended early today. Again, we have subject, predicate, put a box around our conjunction, subject, and predicate. All right, your job for sample sentences 3, 4, and 5 is to write 3 more complex sentences. You can base your complex sentences off of any of these 3 photos, or all of these 3 photos, or none of these 3 photos. So really, I just want 3 well-written complex sentences. Use the formula that I've given you. And when you are done, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a nice day.